streaming. Here we go. You still on the beers then, mate?
I am indeed, obviously.
Lovely, lovely. Right, just wait for the stream to sort itself out.
Popped up on my phone.
Yeah. Right, welcome guys to Tier 2. It is a Friday night, so we are here with Tier 2 tonight at Canada Round 7 of the FPRL season. As I just said, here at Canada, quite a difficult circuit to get right, but I'm sure with the 19-man grid we've got tonight, we'll see some excellent racing. Tonight I am joined by Locker on his comms debut, so
Hello.
I will let him say hello.
There you go. Hello.
Right, so as I said, we've got a 19 driver grid tonight. I believe our 20th driver is joining shortly.
Yeah, I'll be joining at some point during quali, he's told me, so.
Yeah, I believe we've got just the one reserve tonight, so we've got Cruz in the Ferrari tonight.
Yep.
Pull up the standings quickly. Very professional, obviously. I've got the standings right in front of me.
Cars are coming out.
Obviously. Yeah, so it looks dry for now, so we should see a mixture of maybe softs and mediums, but in terms of strategy I think the mediums are a good tyre to start on, so maybe we'll see the mediums get saved for the Q2 session.
Possibly, yeah. Obviously Roswell's just retired, he's got a quali ban for those who didn't know, and are wondering why he's retired straight away. But it looks like the AlphaTauris have gone out first, quite close to each other.
Yeah, I know Tate DeLate likes to get out nice and early each week. He's normally the first driver to leave the pits, and I'm sure, as he normally does, he sets quite a few laps on the same set of softs, maybe for a bit of practice, just get his eye in at the circuit.
Yeah.
And he's normally one of the better qualifiers, so I expect to see Tate DeLate up there come the end of Q3.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be the first one across the line for the first flying lap as well. Seeing that these three are pretty close. The two AlphaTauris and then an Alfa Romeo, I think it's twins.
I'm having an absolute nightmare bringing up the standings. Hold on.
Well
There we
done.
go.
Steph Meister's just been disqualified from session. Just flipped on his car and he's just coming out of the pit lane.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Has he got a quali ban? I didn't...
No, it's just come up disqualified from session and flipped on him and it's sort of coming out the pit lane, so...
Oh dear.
Oh, Tank's just got on the power a bit too quick, coming up that second chicane.
Oh dear, and he is stranded.
Yep.
As you see the remnants of that front wing left on the exit of turn number 7.
Yeah.
And expect to see him back in the pits, and that's not how you want to start the session, but I guess
No.
he's coming out early, I guess, gives you
Gives him
the option to,
Yeah,
gives you a bit of leeway.
Exactly. I was going to say Gregors would be the first one set of time, but I've just flipped on him and he's invalidated, so I think
Yeah, very,
it should...
very easy to invalidate around here. What corners would you say are the easiest to invalidate? I know there's quite a few around here.
Definitely the last chicane, because I did that myself quite a few times on a Wednesday, as people probably saw if you watched. 3 and 4 can be one of those that you can easily...
I believe Mag Hughes has had a stinker,
Oh dear.
and Button has joined him.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh
It's
dear.
only Q1, lads.
Ramsey coming round as well. Takes it cautiously. He's avoided them, so he's alright.
So whilst we watch Button do a 43-point turn to get himself back on the circuit, which he does, I'll run you through the Tier 2 standings. And after the absence of both Biddle and Taint late last week, they have relinquished the championship lead for Maguser and Henkers, who are on 77 and 70 respectively. So that give them a nice little buffer to the drivers behind, but it's still, as of the moment, looking like a bit of a four-horse race between both Red Bull drivers, Taint Late and Henkers. So with Maguser exiting the quali session a bit earlier than he would expected, that is a bit of a blow to his to his championship there.
Obviously, should start around 18th, 17th, I believe. But obviously we've just been saying all that as well. A few times we've gone on the board, first couple of runs. You got Josh 1099.
Yeah, what sort of time do you think is going to be the cut-off for this Q1 session? I mean, with already 3 drivers out of the session without setting a lap and 1 missing, that means that we've got just 1 driver left on track that is going to be eliminated. So
yeah, I'd say maybe mid to late 109s, maybe. I mean, don't quote me on that. I'm not the obviously expert of what times are cut-offs and whatnot, but I'd say mid to late 109s. Easily put you through.
Silverside Boy's had a bit of an accident on the exit at turn 7. It is all happening at turn 7 at the moment. He is the only driver that's elected to go for the mediums in Q1. Looks like his front wing is still intact, so he might be able to get round for another attempt, but it seems silly to put 100% full send into this quali session, as there is obviously only 1 person going to get eliminated now, so it is all about just setting a
nice valid lap.
A decent lap, but nothing too quick that's going to give out a load of risk.
No, you see Groundsy's gone fastest now with 109.7, so I think reiterating what I said, mid to late 109 should be safe. Top 4 have currently done two flying laps on their tyres. So.
A couple of drivers recently we normally expect to do quite well. Both Gregors and Button have been quite disappointing this season in qualifying, albeit they've seemed to make up for it in the race. But normally quite good qualifiers, so I expect to see them today. Maybe try and turn that luck around and get a solid qualifying session in. Obviously Gregor's done 3 laps on those softs now, just sitting on a 1:11.2 as he just enters the pit lane. We'll expect to see him
he's definitely going to come back out at that time.
Try and get a bit further up the order as Taint the latest teammate comes across the line with a 1:09.9. And I'd like to say that would be him safely through.
Yeah, I think Groundsy and Josh and Tenderlake should be through. Maybe Juno. Obviously, I know they're only like bankers in a minute, but maybe Juno come back out a bit later. Maybe.
I think a lot of drivers will be using this practice session for a bit of practice, but also I've noticed the sky looks a bit dark.
It does a little bit, not massively dark. I'd say looking at it, shouldn't rain in this session. No,
I'd say that looks a bit dark to me, but the fact that no one is out in the mediums this session would indicate that there's probably no rain coming.
Yeah,
in qualifying at least.
Yeah, when they first come out, Silverstone Boy was one of the ones out on mediums, and he's now back out on soft. So obviously didn't feel too comfortable on his mediums, or maybe try and stay.
Johnny Vane there, just sitting on 1:09.7 on the 3rd lap of soft tyres. That's a pretty strong lap, given the amount of laps done on those tyres.
Yeah, very good. You can see, I think Biddle's just started this flying lap, so I'll have a look at him. No pressure, Biddle.
Yeah, if you just want to run us through this lap with Biddle then as we're on board.
3 and 4, takes it nicely. End of sector 1, 19.6. Shows purple sector 1, but obviously we know the game can sometimes throw that out. Ooh, little clip of the wall. That probably didn't help him. Still,
Seems like a lot of understeer there.
yeah. Wondering if he's got a little bit of damage. Again, coming through sector 2, it says purple on my track map. So see if you can get a nice run into the last chicane. Hopefully don't cut it and see where it puts him on his first run. Here he comes. Takes it nicely. Power down. Across the line with 1:10.7. So maybe hitting the wall did affect him a little bit.
No, so round here after one push lap, the ERS is still above 50%, so it is possible round here to do 2 push laps, but it looks like Biddle has now backed out.
Yeah.
Coming out of turn number 4, and we will hop on board with Fishsticks, who's just on a 1:10.2. Because it looks like he is going to do another push lap.
Yeah, Silverstone, Boy and Eagle went over the lines as well, now 5th and 6th, both in the 10 flats. A couple of thousand separated each other, so...
It looks like Silverside Boy has quickly got rid of those mediums that he tried, and is setting a pretty solid 1:10.0, which will safely see him through to Q2, I believe.
Yeah, 10 leaps back out on a fresh set of softs. Nice and nearly for his second lot of runs. Giving off what you said earlier, he likes to do for a few laps, then maybe this is his last few laps of quali, but we shall soon see.
It's interesting. I never really understand it. He does a really solid lap in Q1 and then decides to go out on fresh sets, and surely it hampers him towards the end of the session, but I think Fishsticks is a couple of tenths up here as he goes across the line. He's going to improve to 109.8 on the second lap of the tyres, so that's a pretty solid lap from Fishsticks, who I know has also had a bit of a struggle recently with qualifying, so I'm sure he'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, while you were saying that, Eagle popped across the line on his second lap with 109.7, a few thousandths off Juno's time. Nice competitive lap so far.
It might be a bit early to call, but if we had to predict a sort of region where the pole time is going to be, I'm sure chat can get involved here. What sort of time we'll be looking at for pole? I know. Well, what was it in tier 3?
I think we managed to get in the 108. I think we did, yeah. I think it was like 108.7.
Yesterday it was in the tier 1. It was in the low 108. So I'd like to see what people think in chat. Will we manage to see 108? As Tank Delate on a fresh set of tyres does a 109.6.
Yeah, I think that should safely put him through personally.
Yeah, that is 2 sets of tyres done already.
So maybe these...
I
was going to say maybe these know something obviously we don't. Obviously we can't see the weather conditions during Q2, Q3, etc. Maybe.
Yeah, it must be said that Canada is a track that is quite commonly seeing rain.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that people are saving their mediums for Q2 makes it seem like it will be a dry race.
Yeah.
And we'll hope to see a dry race, because obviously the rain does cause carnage, but also you lose out on a lot of on-track overtakes with wet running. As Silverside Boy in his third lap of tyres is set a 109.7.
Yeah. And
that leaves the top 7 all in the 109s already on multiple lap tyres in Q1, so that bodes well. Just 0.6 of a second between first and 10th. So currently the driver at risk is with the driver at risk with 5 minutes to go is Twins, but he is just out of the last chicane now, as his lap time is way beyond what we expect, so he will be going for another push lap.
Yep. Obviously that puts Pines in danger, who is on a lap at the minute. Obviously quite a few people in that top 7 already retired, thinking they're safe, which I wouldn't put it past them being safe. Pines has just gone purple middle sector.
Yeah, we'll stick on board with Pines then as he comes down the back straight. Talk a little bit about the setups around here. There's obviously 2 pretty sizable straights, and I'd like to think the track is very high downforce. A lot of drivers electing for really high wings. What sort of wings do you reckon drivers are comfortable using round here, and do you think there's many that are going to gamble on the lower wings in order to get the overtakes in?
Again, I'll be honest, I'm not a massive expert on setups and whatnot. I think I was running 8 Summit, I can't remember, I'll be honest, but yeah, maybe a few drivers will want to get the overtakes done on these straights. I know there is a couple.
I'm not too sure what Twins has done there, but he's invalidated his lap and he's decided to straight line the final chicane, which obviously invalidates the next lap. And now, with 3 minutes to go, his fuel light's flashing. His only lap is a 16.0.
He's in big trouble.
Looks like this could be the end of qualifying for Twins.
Yeah, that's the thing as well with the final chicane. If you get it wrong and cut it in quality, it's this lap and next lap invalidated. And then, obviously, if you do it close to the end of the session when you're in trouble, it's not ideal at all.
Yeah, it looks like Twins is in a big rush here to get back into the pits, but I think by the time they wheel him in the garage and wheel him back out, he will not have time for a lap. So, I think this could be the end of qualifying for Twins. TJ will be showing a big sign of relief as he is actually on a lap at the minute, and I believe it's on a fresh set.
Yeah, it's fresh
following
set.
across the line. Obviously, he'd be a bit disappointed with the 1:11.3 that he set as his banker. But albeit if Twins does manage to get a lap in, hopefully this lap from TJ will
it's looking much quicker,
through. Yeah, it's a 1:10.2. That's a lot more solid from TJ, but a 1:10.2 we assumed would be a pretty solid lap time, but it only takes him to P12.
Yeah, I've just come back on board with Twins. This lap was...
He's not come in the pits.
No, it was until he invalidated 3 and 4, actually valid lap, but it seems he's run out of fuel as well at the same time.
Yeah, that'll be the end. I mean, Gregors has gambled and not come out. He stayed in the pits.
Oh, he's just coming out now, sorry. Just as flex on his name.
Well, if he knew what was happening with Twins, he'd be happy just to slot himself straight back into the pits and not wear out his new tyres.
Yeah, I think...
As Twins is not going to get round in time, especially with the lack of fuel.
No, I think that's, in my personal opinion, that's why I have the stream on when I'm racing in the background, because I feel like it gives me a little bit of information, what's happening in front, what's happening behind, etc. So obviously, if I feel like I don't need to push as much on quality laps, obviously this is just me personally, then it helps me, if you know what I mean. I don't know whether there's
absolutely
other people who do that or...
Yeah, Twins doing a few donuts at the hairpin there at turn number 10. Not really sure what's going on as he's just about trundling back into the pits. That'll show the end of the session. Hopefully Gregors is listening to the stream, but he's not. He is going to go for a push lap regardless, so we'll stick on board with him as as he goes to set a new lap time. I mean, I did talk earlier on in the session about Gregors and hopefully trying to improve his qualifying pace, because he has been knocked out in Q1 on various races across the start of this season.
Yeah.
And it looks like with a 1:10.9, he's only just about scraped through to Q2.
Yeah.
Even with 3 people out of the session and 1 missing. So
yeah, I'm sure he'll be disappointed with that. Obviously, I raced with Gregors last year in Tier 2. He seemed obviously have the pace and whatnot. I'm sure he'll be disappointed with that. But obviously, I think he's like me as well. Obviously, I hope he don't mind me saying this, but he strikes me as one of the ones not too quick on quality pace, but race pace, it's there.
Oh, I'm exactly the same. No quality pace, but I like to think the race pace, keeping it clean,
Yeah,
keeps me. But I think that's the key, especially in as he invalidates the final corner anyway. But it won't matter as he will come across the line and take the checkered flag, and that will be the end of qualifying one. So,
yeah,
initial thoughts, anything really that sticks out to you there? I mean, the people at the front are the sort of people we expect to be up there, but eliminated. I mean, I know Meister is a very solid qualifier, and I'm not really sure what happened with his disqualification, but Mag User is definitely the one that sticks out to me as that crash at turn number 7 has really taken a big dent to his
yeah.
championship.
I'm still a bit confused and perplexed about Stiffmeister's disqualification as well. Like I said earlier, I went on his just as he was coming out the pit lane, so no idea what happened there. Shut my bedroom door because I can hear Mrs. Lacker watching the stream in the living room, and I can hear my own voice, and it's horrible.
Get her on comms. She can say a few words at the start of this Q2 session.
She'll love that.
Yeah, I'm sure she's got something to say about Biddle and TJ.
Oh, definitely.
Right, here we go then. So Q2, it looks like it's brightened up a lot. So
A lot,
I
yeah.
don't think we've got any threat rain yet. So this is where we're going to see the medium compound come out, and who is going to be able to set a good lap on the mediums in order to get safely through. I mean, Groundsy's gone straight out on the softs. So obviously the advantage for softs in Q2 and starting on softs is that you get that initial traction and the track position in the opening laps.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the first stint, the mediums will start to reel you back in. I mean, round here, do you think the benefit of extra traction on softs is worth going on, or do you think it's almost essential to have a go on the mediums at least?
I mean, I wanted to try start on the softs, just obviously get that track position on Wednesday in the first stint, but unfortunately incidents happened, didn't quite work. But obviously, if everybody keeps it clean, there's no really safety cars, etc., then I don't see why people couldn't take the softs till like about 9, 10, I think it is, or it might be 10, 11, I'm not sure, for the first stint. But I think, but obviously, both have the pros and cons starting on.
Yeah, so obviously Q2 is the session where I like to introduce the predictions for the top 3 in qualifying. It's up to you whether you wait to see everyone's first run in Q2 or whether you'd like to just go bold now and lay down a prediction. But to make it easier for you, I'll go first. I'm going to say a Silverside Boy P3. Let's say a Groundsy P2 and an IFC Pines pole position.
Yeah, I'm going to play safe and watch the first runs.
That is shameful from you. Get your prediction in now.
Alright, what for just Q2 or?
No, for quali. If anyone in the chat would like to get their predictions in, get them in now. We'll see come the end of qualifying.
I want to say Juno Vane P3 because I know he's quick on his day.
Yeah, good shout.
I was quite impressed with Cruiser in Q1, being the only reserve here, so I'm going to be bold and say him P2.
So a solid banker from Groundsy there, 109.8 on the softs.
Yeah, it does. And then...
So pole position, who have you got?
I'm gonna say... Joshua Meister, if I've said that right. I've just said it how it looks on his name.
For pole?
Yeah.
For pole?
Yeah.
Interesting. He had a very solid race last week, if I remember correctly. He was up there towards the end, and normally a driver that we don't see up so high in qualifying, but he's always there come the end of the race. Interestingly, we saw a couple of crashes there in Q1, but not as many as I thought we were going to see. As Johnny Vane sets our first medium time, quickly followed by Cruiser, but Johnny Vane's 1 second faster with a 1:10.2.
Yeah, and only four.
And if Pit... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, sorry, only 4 attempts off Brownsley's soft run, and then Biddle's just whacked in a 1:10.1 on the mediums.
Yeah, so that's the best lap on the mediums we've seen so far from Biddle, and that's a really solid lap time. Not too far away from what he did on the softs in Q1, but what sort of lap times are we looking to be safe on mediums? I mean, personally, I think it's going to have to be low to mid 110s. I think Cruiser's definitely not safe. Henkers will be on the bubble. But I think come the end of the session, Henkers, if he's not doing another push lap, we'll go on board with him. He's 1.3 in the red on his Delta, so it looks like come the end of the session, Henkers is going to have to go on the softs.
Yeah, I'm going to be bold and say early Biddle. I reckon Biddle and Juno might be safe. If I was them now, I'd go in, sit out till about 3 minutes ago, just see what the times are, then if needs be, come out on the softs. But for now, I'm going to be bold and say they're both safe at the minute. Cruz on the mediums, same as Anchors, like you just said. I think he's on the bubble.
Yeah, it looks like a solid lap coming in from Eagle, a 1:09.9 on mediums. What a lap time from Eagle. And yeah, throughout this season on commentary, I've been shouting about Eagle and qualifying, because I know last year in Tier 2, Eagle was always in the top 3 at the end of Q3. Always a really, really strong qualifier, but we've not really seen it this season. And that's the sort of lap time I sort of expect to see from Eagle. And yeah, very strong indeed. And he'll once he comes back into the pits and looks at the timing boards, he'll be happy, I'm sure, with that lap.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like he's on another push lap.
Yeah.
He's half a tenth in the green on his Delta, so we could see even faster here on a second lap.
Yeah, Eagle is
a Cruiser. Sorry, you go.
I was going to say again, Eagle's one of them I've raced a couple of times. I know he's got the pace. When he pulls his top back, when he's on his A game, he has got backs the pace. Nice, wise old dad. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that about him as well. Keeps it clean, keeps himself to himself, races his own race. And he does go quicker. Best time just got it down to 1:09.8.
Yeah, what a lap time. I was about to say Cruiser did a second lap on his mediums and got it down to a 1:10.5, so about a second improvement, which leaves Henkers the slowest of the medium runners. Another one sort of interesting to point out, Silverside Boy only managing a 1:10.6 on 3 lap old softs, so he's definitely not going to want to start the race on those.
No.
So expect to see here, I mean, granted, by the time everyone has set an initial lap time, I don't think he will be in the top 10. So expect to see him come out on a fresh set of softs as he does pull into the pit lane. A couple more drivers trying out their first lap on the medium. Button, the first of those on a lap. So we will go on board with Button and I'll take you through a lap of the circuit. Gilles Villeneuve, as he finishes the first sector at 19.7. Not the best first sector time, but yeah, admittedly he is on the mediums. Takes turn number 6 and 7 nicely. Small DRS straight here between 7 and 8, but you won't often see overtakes as a result of that DRS, but it will get them closer to the cars in front. Come the third sector, we look at the sector 2 times a 41.8. It's difficult to really tell how fast that is, as he doesn't have a banker lap in at the moment. There are a few other drivers yet to set a lap, but are about to. So Joshua Meister, Gregors just comes across the line with a 1:09.9, so that should see him through.
Yeah.
So that is on the soft compound tyres. Button attacks the final chicane now. Looks like he takes it nice, clamps the wall on the outside of the Wall of Champions and sets a 1:10.3. So it's a very solid lap time, but don't think it's going to be enough once the drivers come in and put the softs on.
No, he'll want to go again. I can see as well on the little graphic, sitting in the pits, Biddle's put softs on. Maybe just waiting to see what the times come down like.
Yeah. TJ on his second lap on the mediums has invalidated, so he's invalidated at the last chicane as well, so it's a this and next lap, so we'll see TJ later on in the session whip on the soft compound. Joshua Meister I saw let off around the third sector, so he is looking to go again, but it will be the second lap on the medium, so we'll stick on board with him and see what he can set.
Yeah. See Silverstone boy on that lap on fresh softs. And then again, just people just sitting in the pits, selected the soft, just ready, just go out just in case.
I'm just going to go for a wee quickly, but I'm going to leave you on board with Silverside Boys on an out lap, so I'll let you take the viewers through a lap of the circuit with Silverside Boy.
Aren't they lucky? The final chicane, it's going to be a killer for him. Takes it cautiously, takes it nice actually, power down, and across the line now to start his lap. 2-1, 2-2. And as I said earlier, this is free fall, one of them areas you can embellish if you turn in too early. Takes it nicely, close to the wall. He's slightly up on his time. I'm sure he'll be looking to improve throughout the lap. Coming down across this nice DRS straight. So we've got a couple of people inside the top 10 feel they're safe. Ooh, a little bit scuffy coming onto there. Oh, and he's pulled off. So we'll be looking to go again. Who else can we have a look at? Scotsman on his second lap on the mediums. Josh invalidated, so we'll just stay on board with Scotsman. Coming to the end of sector 2 now. Oh, and he's also backed off. I think I've seen a little bit of traffic in front of him. Right, I'm going to stick on board with Venkers because he's just about to start a lap on fresh softs. Venkers 3 temps up on his time. As I say, he is on fresh softs.
Right, anything mad happened?
Not really, but the people I was watching sort of backed out on their laps.
Unfortunately, my choice for pole, I've just seen has invalidated his lap, 3 minutes to go, and he's in P12 with IFC Pines. So Cruz has just been bumped down to P11 by Fishsticks, who's gone P6 on the second lap of tyres as Silverside Boy goes top with a 109.7. If you just check the race director for me, was that P2 time from Groundsy on the mediums, was it?
With me 2 seconds, I will have a look for you. Yeah, he's only set one lap on the mediums.
What a lap time. So who's safely through on the mediums? I know Biddle's a 110.1, but that's him in 8th place at the minute. So we've currently got half a second between the top 10. 8 tenths of a second between the whole field at the minute. I mean, Tier 2 is notoriously close, but this is
ridiculous.
A bit ridiculous, this from Tier 2. Yeah, so TJ is the only driver yet to set a lap, and he's out on the soft tyres at the minute, just coming round turn number 10. Difficult hairpin, it's easy to go deep and lose a bit of time, and it's also easy to understeer on the exit into the wall, but TJ looks to have got it perfect as he comes down the back straight now. Plenty of ERS, and the DRS is wide open here, but it's all about this final chicane. If you get the line perfect, then you can carry a lot of time, and he's very close to the wall of champions on the exit, and he's going to come across the line and set a 110.4, and it's not enough. He's going to have to go for another push lap.
Yeah, definitely. He's got 50% of ERS, whether he just uses this as a little cool down lap, recharge, and then go again.
Interestingly, we talked about Gregors and his poor performance in Q1, only just scraping through, but he is retired from the session in 8th place, so he has gambled on that being enough. But look at the drivers on an outlap at the minute.
Yeah.
Behind him, as that's one driver already in front. That is was that IFC Pines just gone fastest with a 109.3, so that's more like it from the driver I've picked for pole.
Yeah.
TJ is on another push lap, and he is 2 tenths in the red. Fishsticks retires in the pit lane, and that's P10, so he has left himself on the bubble. Biddle on an outlap as well, as he is in trouble in P11. So TJ is going to let off this lap, and he is going to save a bit of that battery, and he's going to go again.
I think he's got to. He'll be disappointed to be down there.
Scotsman, 4 tenths now up on his time.
But yeah,
So if he can get this lap in, he's looking at about a 109.8, 109.9.
he's invalidated.
I'm an idiot, he hasn't validated. Well,
Right, let's go on board with Biddleford. See what he can do here.
I'm just going to go on board with Josh Meister quickly, as he is on a lap and he is coming down to the final chicane.
Yeah, you stick with it. His last bit of lap, and I'll stick with Biddle, see what he can do. Because it's got to be now or never for us to Biddle.
Yeah, it looks like pretty clean there from Josh Meister. This has got to surely be in the 109s, and it is. It's a 109.7, and that is the second fastest lap time of the session. It's your choice for pole, and my choice for pole in a 1-2 at the minute.
Nice.
So next across the line will be TJM. We'll see where he is in terms of his delta, and he's 5 seconds down and invalidated. I really need to pay attention to this invalidated part, as Cruiser is next, and he is 5 tenths up apparently according to the game, and that is a purple sector 2. So
Yeah.
we will see what Cruz is able to do. Both Ferraris in trouble, Scotsman and Cruz, as they come across the line. The checkered flag is out.
And Biddle's in between them on the track at the minute as well.
Yep, Cruz manages to get through the final chicane without invalidating. It looks like he's taking it a little bit careful, but coming across the line, it's only P11, so Cruz comes out.
Biddle
is next.
Only P12.
Oh dear, only P12. Scotsman next across the line.
P12?
P12. Oh dear, none of the drivers managing to get themselves
dear,
out.
oh dear.
So, oh dear. Oh dearie me. So, managing to get through on the mediums, only 2 drivers then, Eagle and Groundsy, however you want to call him. So all the drivers in the top 10 in the 109.9. So if we exclude Fraud and Pines, who's should be tier 1, but does a 109.3, everyone else is within 3 tenths between second and
Yeah.
13th.
I mean, bear in mind
So,
as well.
that's-
Sorry.
Yeah, it's ridiculously
Yeah,
close.
Gramsci's time on his mediums was his one and only flying lap as well, so that puts it into perspective what his time was like.
Unlucky. Cruz, I see you in the chat. Obviously disappointed, only missing out by about 15 thousandths of a second. But yeah, 11th strategic pole position, my friend. Get yourself on the fresh tyres.
Exactly, best
You'll be fine.
position to be in, P11.
So, Q3, I said Silverside Boy, Groansy, Pine, so I can still get the top 3 theoretically. What did you say again?
I know it was definitely Josh for the
You said
pole.
Jonu Vane. You went Jonu Vane, someone, Josh.
It might have been Juno, Silverstone Boy, and then Josh.
Well, good thing we can definitely remember. IFC Pines. IFC Pines is straight out the pit lane, no messing about, and invalidating the outlap straight away. He's not messing about. I mean, it's quite a short circuit round here, so it is possible to do 3 laps or 3 hot laps round here with soft tyres. So if people have saved enough tyres, it is possible to do 3 runs.
Yeah, I think Grounds is definitely going to be one of them. Obviously, only using one in, I think it was one in Q1. Obviously, didn't use any in Q2. So I think he's going to have a couple of runs up his sleeves for the Orange Army. Yeah, you've got Pines coming up to the last chicane now to sort the first flying lap.
here he is, first driver across the line then. It is Fraud and Pines, and fastest by 4 tenths in Q2, so it's safe to say it looks like if anyone's going to get in the 108s, it is this man.
Yeah, showed ridiculous pace in Q2. And you got Silverstone boy just behind as well. He'll be the second one. We've got all cars now out on track.
Yeah, so it looks like a pretty clean lap time so far from Fraud and Pines, so we'll see what happens as he comes across the final chicane.
Got Silverstone boy not too far behind, who I've been keeping an eye on. Again, nice steady lap, nice clean lap from Silverstone boy.
Yeah, 109.1, that's the 109.1 from Fraud and Pines. That is the fastest lap we have seen in this session so far.
Yeah, Silverstone nearly a second slower. So I don't think he'll be too chuffed with that, given the gap to pole at the minute.
So Henkers and Groundsy managing to go quite close with a 109.3 and 109.4. Taint Delate, who is also pretty close with a 109.8. Normally a good qualifier, but I'm sure he has got a bit of extra time in him, as Johnny Vane, your man for P3, is just pipped Taint Delate's Eagle. 109.5. I think Silverside Boy is going for another push lap. Coming across the line before him is Button and Joshua Meister. So Button comes across the line, not quite managing to get into the 109s, and Joshua Meister is straight in the pits. So next across the line, which looks like just a 10th improvement.
Silverstone boy.
Oh, never mind, it was a 3.5 tenth improvement. Puts him up to P5 in the Alpine. So, good lap time on the second push lap. I mean, I talked earlier about being able to do 2 push laps, and Silverside Boy has shown that it's relatively strong around here. I mean, the tyres don't seem to overheat too badly, and the ERS holds up, so it's very strong. So after the first run, Johnny Vane invalidates, and Button is down on his time. So after the first run, any thoughts, Locker?
As much as it pains me to say it, I think you've got your prediction for Paul spot on. I mean, Pines looks ridiculously quick.
I say Pines every week, to be fair, so eventually you're going to prove me right.
Well, I think it's in tonight, mate.
Yeah. I kind of hope one day he's going to prove me right. So, one of the drivers who's looking to put the 3 push laps to the test is Joshua Meister, as he is straight back out on the pits, and he's going to be our only car out on track.
We've got Gregor's out as well. He's coming up to the final chicane now.
Sorry, I'm blind. Yep, Gregors will go on board with him instead.
And I can see on the track mark, it looks like Groundsy's coming back out.
Got to be so careful on the final chicane on the outlap not to invalidate this and next lap, because it's a proper nightmare, that is. Yeah. So Gregors hasn't set a lap so far. I think he invalidated his first run, so this is his first representative lap time. So we'll see what he manages to do.
19.8 for the first sector.
Yeah, I think that's not very quick for the first sector. Albeit these times in Q3 so far are pretty strong. I mean, the top 7 all in the 109s. Obviously, all of the top 10 in Q2 in the 109s. So everyone seems to be keeping up a strong pace.
Choose Gregor's purple middle sector on my track map.
Yeah, Joshua Meister just starting his lap as well, so we'll switch on board with him after Gregors finishes his lap, as he's going to have to attack this final chicane pretty aggressive if he's going to make up the time needed to as he invalidates this and next lap, and he's going to have to get straight back in the pits. So Joshua Meister supposedly setting a purple sector 1, the game says.
Ooh, interesting. You got Gramsci, who'll be after just under half a time up on his time in the first sector.
And purple sector 2 supposedly from Joshua Meister.
Ooh.
If this is
and then
correct,
from Gramsci.
Yeah, I mean, the game does often like to lie to us with the purple sectors, but we will keep our fingers crossed and we will pray that it is not lying to us. And Joshua Meister full send at the final chicane. That looked pretty quick to me as he comes across the line. He doesn't quite get into the 108. It's a 109.6, and he improves up to P5.
Gramsci sent it through the final chicane as well. Coming across the line now. There we go.
That's more like what we expect from Gramsci. So will we get a response now from IFC Pines?
Yes, we will, because look who's behind Gramsci on the track.
He's on an outlap. Locker, if you could invite Lemming to the game. He's in the chat asking for an invite.
Yeah, bear with me 2 seconds.
So, yeah. I mean, it's Tate Delate, whilst we weren't paying attention, Tate Delate has managed to go P3 with a 109.2, and that now leaves it with 3/10 between the top 4 and 6/10 between the top 8. So even the smallest of improvements are going to be enough to gain some positions rapidly.
There we go. That means invite is sent.
Taint Delate coming into the 3rd sector now. Has to let off a bit because I believe he lost that back end. Johnny Vane invalidated. Button at 7/10 improvement.
Yes.
Gets him on a 109.5 into P6, and he's going to carry on pushing as he's only half a tenth down on his time.
Why have you been saying that? I've just been sticking on board with Pines because he was about to cross the line, and I think he's done this and next lap and validation on the final chicane.
He has, but luckily he's got enough time and enough fuel. So I think it is not the end of the world, but this is currently advantage to Groundsy, as Groundsy is in the pit lane and maybe looking to come out again for another run. Eagle, 3.5 tenths up on his time in the 2nd sector. This will be enough for potentially P3 if he can keep it up. It's going to be full send into the final chicane, and it looks very, very strong there from Eagle as he comes across the line. It's not a 108, but it's a low 109, and it's, as I predicted, it's a P3 lap time with a 109.1, and just look how close it is. Groundsy has decided that is enough for him, so Groundsy has put his cards on the table.
Who's next to set the lap? Looks like Josh.
I believe Joshua Meister. Yeah, he's half a tenth down on his time, unfortunately, but we'll see if it's enough come the final corner.
I don't think this is an improvement looking at the time he's on now compared to...
He's going to full send. It looks like a decent final chicane. It could be enough.
Nope.
It is.
Only P8.
Improvement of 13 thousandths.
See, this is what happens when I take
next
people
across
in
the
the
line. Next across the line is Pines. Obviously, he invalidated this in next lap, so now this is his final lap time. But next is,
Gregors.
I believe,
Gregors,
but he's on an outlap. So it's
Silverside.
Silverside boy who has invalidated. Is it this a next lap?
Yep.
It is this a next lap. That is disaster. So
Next?
unless he can get around quickly, that is the end of his qualifying session. So next across the line, I believe, is Button, who has invalidated. This is painful. Josh Lemeister next, right? 200 improvement.
1/10 improvement through there.
Let's see what he can manage coming out of the hairpin and down to turns number 13 and 14.
We've got a couple of retirements. 10 Delate, retired from P4, 109.2. Got Button, retired from P7 on the 109.5 currently. Hankers as well from P5.
Yeah, Josh Lemeister just invalidating there. IFC Pines did not invalidate. He comes to the final chicane now. Well, that is unbelievably rapid. I'm not really sure if he hit the wall there, but that is quick. And it wasn't enough to improve. It was a half a tenth non-improvement. Did Johnny Vane invalidate this in next lap?
Nope.
He didn't. So he's managed to make the line. Gregor's not improving.
Silverstone boy, it's this or nothing for Silverstone boy if he wants to nab the pole.
Yeah, and that's Eagle out of qualifying, Eagle into the pits, but he's going to be happy with P3. I mean, I talked earlier in the session about how strong he was in previous seasons in qualifying, and that seems to be Eagle back to his very best, and he'll be happy to make it a Williams 2 and 3. IFC Pine's not improving, he is out of qualifying. Johnny Vane, 2 attempts up on his time, but invalidated.
Yep.
So it is next, it is up to Gregors, who is a 10th up on his time. Where could that could potentially get him as high as P6. He's going to ask for a little bit of a tow here off Johnny Vane. Johnny Vane slow up for him.
Seems a little bit cautious on that chicane.
Yeah, he comes across the line. It's a 197. It's a non-improvement. Josh Meister not improving. Silverside boy comes across the line, improves by half a tenth, and that scrapes him P9. So that's the end of qualifying. Groundsy on pole. He didn't need to set another run, but the run he did do was enough for pole position with a 109.074. And just look how close that was.
Big up my pick for pole down in P10. Wow.
Yeah.
Got that a bit wrong, didn't I?
To be fair, look at that, half a second between first and 10th.
Again, what you've reiterated a couple of times, tier 2 seems ridiculously close.
Anything to point out there? I think Gregors is going to be happy with P8. That's his best qualifying in a while. Also, Button was the other person I pointed out that has been disappointed with his qualifying. He comes in P7, making it a 6 and 7 for Mercedes.
Yeah, I couldn't get the screenshots of that one either because my game just decided to say loading and just didn't show me the results. So, perfect.
No, we can get it back off the stream later.
So now
let's have a look at the race. Are we doing a rain dance or are we not doing a rain dance?
See, if it was my race, obviously I'd say no. But to mix it up a bit, I'd say yes.
Alright, Locker is doing a rain dance as we speak.
Hopefully nobody readies up as well. Please don't ready up. And somebody's readied up.
Someone is readied up.
Read the rule book, as DJ would say.
TJ would say, read the rule book. But it means that I no longer have the time to go for a wee, so we will be holding it in for the rest of the session.
Fantastic. Amazing.
Very much on the wave, and I broke the seal about 2 hours ago, so this is going to be a struggle. Oh wait, maybe not. Oh, maybe.
Oh, yep, no. I need to get myself as well. This is not fun.
The game's deciding whether someone's readied up or not. I mean, I'm not too sure. We'll be able to take you through the tyre strategies momentarily. Oh, never mind, it's cut.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, okay. So, if you would like to take us through 20th to 10th, that'd be great.
20th to 10th, so starting in P20, obviously because you joined early, we've got WR Lemming, who's not pulled off the grid.
Not moved.
Starting on the stuffs.
Oh dear.
Then we've got Stiff Meister, who for some bizarre reason got disqualified coming out the pits, down in P19, opting for the mediums. Then we've got Mag User, P18, opted for the softs.
Championship leader, Mag User.
Ooh. And then we got Roswell, who did have the quality ban, saved it appropriately.
You're gonna have to invite Lemming back. He's just left the session.
I'll
carry on. I'll carry on leading us through. Yeah. So Roswell P17 in the hat on the softs. Twins, who had a bit of a nightmare quali, didn't manage to get through into Q2. He is also on the softs. Then you've got 3 medium runners of TJM, Fishsticks and Biddle. Then the Ferrari 6th row of Scotsman and Cruz, both on the softs, looking for that strong pace off the start in the initial laps. And Joshua Meister, Silverstone Boy, Gregors Button and Johnny Vane all electing for the softs in the top 10 as they qualified on the softs in Q2. Henkers and Taint Delay are on the 2nd and 3rd row, also on the softs. Then with the, you'd like to say the tyre advantage, but we won't know whether that advantage will be useful in the coming laps. So Eagle and Groundsy on the mediums, and in between that medium sandwich is IFC Pines, who I believe will be looking to get a pretty solid start on the softs. Both William drivers having a really solid qualifying, so look to see IFC Pines have a good start and maybe make a break out of the DRS. He managed to get... I think Lemming has joined back in. Hopefully he's in his car.
His car was going around on that formation lap as I invited him as well, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's wait for the lights. So the lights are on now. We have got 5 lights.
And we are...
The lights are off, and it looks like a really solid start from Groundsy. He has pulled a big old gap already to IFC Pines, but Pines is a lot later on the brakes and he has reeled in some time. But Taint the late making that initial move up until P3. Eagle drops down a place, but further back it looks like everyone's got through pretty cleanly indeed. It's easy to run into the back of someone and lose a bit of front wing, but IFC Pines immediately right onto the gearbox as he spins Groundsy round. Oh, and we've had a bit of an accident. Oh, there's cars everywhere. It is an absolute nightmare as IFC Pines and Groundsy have come together there and had a bit of an incident. And that leaves Taint Delay as the leader of the race. He started P4 and now here he is in the lead of the race after the leaders have come together, and that's left a bit of a gap locker between 3rd and 4th.
Yep, just a bit of a gap. Couple of seconds already. Just flashing up, obviously the position change just off the first lap. We've got Roswell.
What a start from your man Joshua Meister.
Indeed. But the biggest gainer so far is Roswell, who unfortunately...
Right, let's see who's in the pits.
3, 4, 5... a few people.
Oh, okay, that's half the grid in the pits. That is literally half the grid in the pits. That is exactly half the grid in the pits.
Tier 2 in the mud.
So Eagle on the mediums, crucially keeping within a second of Taint Delay. If he can keep within the DRS come lap 3 of Taint Delay, Eagle will be in a really solid position. I mean, we talked about also Mag User, who was our championship leader and had an awful qualifying with that crash at turn number 7. He has made up 10 positions already, him and Roswell, and that is P8 already in the points.
Yeah.
And what a nightmare first lap for the bottom 10.
Just a better number than that, are you? I must say as well, you've got Fishsticks currently sitting in P10, obviously benefiting from a little bit of carnage. He's there on mediums, so sadly a few seconds down on Twins currently, but I'm sure he'll be happy with that. His Eagle actually sets the fastest lap so far. And then Button.
I mean, that is an accident for Mag User. Yeah. Oh, we've cursed him so hard. Let's have a look, see if we can spot that front wing. Let's see if there is any damage. Yep, front left end plate is off. So we will see Mag User in the pits next lap. That's one of the biggest commentators curse we've ever seen. But I mean, if the viewers can have a look at the track map on screen, look at that for a track map on lap 3.
Wow.
Jesus, okay, so Scotsman had an excellent start in the Ferrari, up 6 places, and he's already in the DRS of Button. Button's going to cover off the outside, but Scotsman's going to do him on the switchback, and that is an excellent move in a place you'd not normally see overtakes at turn number 9, and it looks like he is going to be safely passed, but Button is going to send it down the inside, and he is going to hug the inside line nicely. Is he going to leave Scotsman enough room on the outside? He is, and Scotsman is going to get the better exit coming down the back straight. Who is going to get the DRS? It looks like Button is going to get the DRS, but Button already under 10% ERS.
Ooh,
Scotsman could choose to let him go here and play the longer game, as both drivers had an excellent start, as Button takes the final chicane really calmly, and that is both drivers safely through. But
yeah.
as we noted, the important thing, Eagle within a second of Taint Delate.
Yeah, he's stuck in there on his mediums, so if he stays within the DRS for the next, I want to say 5-6 laps before the stuff start going off, then I think already he's in prime position to make have a really solid race.
Yeah, we'll come off the position change now and we'll go on to the tyres. So, of the drivers who pitted, the majority decided to just go out there on the mediums. And just a couple, TGM and Biddle, decided with the softs. And it looks like those drivers will already be hoping for a safety car. But Scotsman struggled to get past Button on the last lap. But look how close he is this lap. Button just missing out on DRS from Josh Meister, and if you look at the ERS difference, I mean, Button under 10%, Scotsman on 53, so you'd expect to see Scotsman maybe use a bit of DRS, and Janu Vane has crashed at turn number 9.
Exactly.
We will see a virtual safety car.
Sorry, live on that. I was watching the Roswell wins.
Roswell's come into the pits.
He's getting chuck on. Stick on board, see where chuck's on.
Yeah, interesting to see if this is a front wing change, because it's a very...
Whether he's just taking advantage of the VSC.
He is just taking advantage of the VSC.
Yep. On medium.
It took a while to accelerate out the box.
Yeah, on medium, so he should be alright for a few laps now. And Fish Sticks as well, I want to say about him, he's another one of them who just keeps himself to himself, just runs his own race. And
Roswell's speeding on. He went in through the pits.
I think sometimes with the VSC, if you're coming out the pits, it backs your delta up by at least 5 tenths, and you have to slow right down. And sometimes
desperately unlucky there from Roswell. But just like to say a big hello in the chat to Burrito Kings. Or you've joined the league today, and very big welcome to you indeed. Hopefully, I know you've slotted into Tier 3, and hopefully next week you can get involved in the racing, and we look forward to seeing you. And welcome to the stream. If this is the first time you're watching, I mean, it's a good race to get yourself, get your teeth sunk into, because this is
definitely
what looks like it's going to be a very solid race. I mean, Eagle on the medium tyres, you thought you'd have the disadvantage over Taint Delate to begin with, but he is stuck very nicely to the back of the AlphaTauri driver, and he is, if you look, just managing his ERS lovely, 75% for Eagle.
Yeah, I think he does just little splits every now and again, sort of keep within that second coming up to the detection points, so that's a nice little tactic.
Yeah, as TJM makes a nice move there on Silverside Boy. I think Silverside Boy had a bit of an incident there into the final chicane, and TJM has capitalised on that. As you see, a few corner cutting penalties coming in here. I mean, this is a difficult track to manage those penalties. Just how easy is it to rack up those penalties, Locker? I mean, I got 6 seconds last night.
Yeah, I'm not going to say how many I got on Wednesday.
How many did you get? Just let the viewers know.
21. 20.
You heard that right, 21 as Silverside Boy lets Gregors through on the outside. Biddle also queuing up behind. I'm not sure Silverside Boy might have got damage.
Yeah,
Was Stiff Meister T-bones the back of Silverside Boy? Silverside Boy was a bit early. Yes, Burrito King, you heard that right. Locker fraud. 21 seconds. Dave Loftus didn't get any corner cutting penalties because he barely lasted 10 corners. as Roswell into the pits again. But also Silver Sideboy in the pits, so he definitely did get damage there.
Yeah.
Eagle struggling a little bit more to hold into the DRS. We talked about earlier the battle of Scotsman and Button, but Button has managed to get himself on the back of Joshua Meister, and that is going to make it a lot easier to defend from Scotsman.
Yeah. And this becomes a little free.
Scotsman's turned on the ERS here. He's going to go on the outside of the hairpin at turn number 10. On the outside.
Very tight on the inside.
If he can get this move done, what a move that is from Scotsman. Unbelievable overtake late on the brakes there into turn number 10, and he is going to be able to defend nicely with the ERS. Could he get a little double overtake here? As he going to get close to Josh Lemeister come the braking turn, he's going to decide against it as Josh Lemeister is in the pit. So that is, we'll call that a double overtake, shall we?
Yeah, I think he would let it done on the start finish straight as well.
We'll give him a double overtake for that.
Well done, Scotsman.
Yeah, Scotsman, big move on Josh Lemeister there. What a crucial move in this race. How long do you think these soft tyres are going to last? I mean, are they going to start to go off? Are we going to see Eagle in the next few laps maybe get past Taint Delete?
Yeah, I did say that I think it's going to be around about lap 10, 11 by the time we see the soft tyres start coming in.
Oh dear.
Go on.
Twins Fraud is currently reversing round turn number 5. He's still reversing. He's still reversing. He's still reversing. He's still reversing. Right, Locker, he's still reversing. Locker, he's going. Locker's still reversing. And then now he's finally in first gear. We'll try and take a look at the front wing. But I'm sure it doesn't matter at this point.
I can hear Mrs. Locker in the other room laughing.
That's an excellent drive, and that is from Twins.
Someone's happened to Tate, because he's coming in the pits on P6.
We haven't even been pet. I've had to look at the chat to realise that there's a virtual safety car. So Twins crashing has caused a virtual safety car.
He's got the front wing.
Realise. So that is why Taint is in the pits. Also, to fix a front wing. But my lord, VSC is out.
We're flabbergasted about Twins reversing on the track for half a lap.
Yeah, sorry to the viewers. Twins has now got 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane penalty, and it's gone from bad to worse.
He should have just reversed. Anyone to got that.
I won't be surprised if we see a retire in the pits. No, we won't. He is going to stick with it. And
Josh Meister.
Another drive-through penalty. Silverside Boy having an absolute stinker, and he's gone onto the hards in P18 here. Up to P17 now. Big up to that man in the Alpine. As Josh Lemeister with that fresh drive-through is going to look for maybe a move up the inside of turn number 10 here onto Button. He is going to let off the brakes early as there's a big cluster of cars there, all with penalties already, albeit Josh Lemeister's is a dirty drive-through.
Disgusting.
Is he going to serve it this lap? Yeah, absolutely appalling. That's a race ban if I've ever seen it. Is he going to be on the pits this lap? What do you think? Get your bets in now before he gets to the final chicane.
Yeah. I'm Button.
He is going to follow Button. Button is in the pits, but is he in the pits for a drive-through, or is Button actually serving a pit stop? Because it would not really make sense to serve a pit stop the lap after a virtual safety car, but...
No. I'll have a look.
David saying virtual safety car was telling the drivers it had finished when it hadn't. That's why drivers got a drive-through. Well, that's just poor, really. If you can't understand Codemasters, then you shouldn't be playing the game. Anyway, moving on. So TJM somehow, after the lap 1 carnage and having to come in and pit at lap 1, has made his way up to P6 and onto the back of Cruz, and it's Ferrari 4 and 5 at the minute, as Eagle is 14 seconds in the lead already.
Wow. Let's not forget as well, little fish sticks, who was said earlier, just runs his own race, minds his own business. He's up there in P2.
Yep, currently with no penalties as well. Him and Eagle notorious for not getting many corner cutting penalties.
Yep.
But speaking of corner cutting penalties, we're on board here with TJM, and he's got his good buddy Biddle behind him. Also a little bit of a DRS train. Also contains Stiffmeister and Gregors, stretching from P5 all the way down to P9.
Yeah, and then you've got...
it'll be interesting to see how long these soft runners, as TJ gets another penalty. I've
What a
definitely
fraud.
cursed him there. But he's used the penalty to his advantage as he's got the good run at the final chicane, and he has got past Cruz into turn number 1. Nice move there from TJ, albeit he needed a corner cut to get him in range. But he's used it wisely. If you're going to get a penalty, at least use it wisely.
Yeah, and then you got Biddle on the back of these two. At the minute, no pens as well. Has Biddle stopped? You have a little loopski. Yeah, Biddle stopped once, so he's got to stop again, surely.
Oh yeah, he's on 9 lap old softs. He's got to come in at least once, maybe 2 more times. Right, Locker, I'm sorry, I really need a wee. I shouldn't have broke the seal, but I will leave you on board with that little train there and commentate on that for about 30 seconds.
Got Gregors on the back of this train as well. Obviously, I don't know what view he's got on the actual stream. I'm doing a stick with Stiff Meister on the back of it. Oh, we've got Cruz going for a move on TJ. Biddle is going to send one. Hopefully not. Good boy.
Good boy.
And obviously, oh, Biddle up the inside of 2-1. Says thank you very much. And then you've got Josh Stiffmaster, sorry, right on the back of him again. Greg has just pulled these 3 guys in. And TJ gets another penalty. Then Stiffmaster, and then Gregors. So, well done.
TJM is nearly averaging a second of penalties a lap.
Brilliant.
As Biddle's looking nice. He's in this DRS train, but Biddle is the only one in this train without a penalty so far.
We're on his 10-lap old softs.
Yeah. Expect to see him and TJ come in soon, surely.
Oh, got me. Even this lap.
Ah, there we go. Race leader in the pits. So, what is Eagle going to choose? Is he going to go medium hards, or is it looks like the soft tyres? So it looks like he could potentially be doing medium and then double softs, or medium soft medium, and he's going to come out potentially still in the lead of the race.
No.
We'll go on board with Fishsticks.
He's got past him, Fishsticks has.
Yeah, so it looks like Eagle could still maybe get past Scotsman.
Yeah, he has.
He does. So he's slotting himself nicely in behind Henkers, who is on near enough fresh mediums. Oh, and TJM, we'd said about a second of penalties a lap. He's just sped into the pits.
Big fraud.
So Eagle on these fresh softs surely is going to dispatch these 2 drivers relatively soon.
Yeah, obviously because they were 1 and 2 on their mediums. I imagine Fishsticks might think to come in this lap, sort of.
Fishsticks will be in soon, but I think Henkers, Eagle and Scotsman will have the same amount of stops left, so I think this Eagle, Scotsman and Henkers will be for position.
Yeah, Henkers gets very close to Fishsticks there from the
So
Eagles.
I believe both Henkers and Scotsman can do 1 more stop onto mediums and make the end.
Yeah.
Whereas Eagle has the choice to do either softs or mediums, as Henkers makes the move past Fishsticks. Fishsticks, will he be in the pits this lap?
Nope.
He won't. So Eagle will look to get the good run on him here. Fishsticks gets a little bit out of shape, so Eagle is going to look to go around the outside, and it looks like Fishsticks has just let him pass there. Very sensible indeed, I think, not to lose too much time. Eagle is on the faster tyre, so Henkers has now decided to lead this little train.
And then you got Scotsman on the back of Fishsticks now as well.
Yeah, Fishsticks really struggling. 13 lap old medium tyres now. He will be looking to get off them relatively soon.
Yeah.
Scotsman won't want to lose too much time because it looks like he's already out of the DRS. So Scotsman is going to be bitterly disappointed with the fact that...
Sorry.
Yeah, Scotsman now, if you look at the gap, it's nearly 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds between him and Eagle and Henkers. So Scotsman getting a bit stuck there behind Fishsticks, and that's cost him a bit of time, and he has got a bit of making up to do in terms of track time in order to get back up to these front 2, but I believe this is going to be the lap. Eagle is not going to mess about. Eagle just come out the pits, but already really low on ERS.
Back in the lead.
He's going to make it count, and he is going to be back in the lead of the race, yeah, as you said.
Scotsman as well, in comparison to the front 3, has got the most DRS out of all 3 of them at the minute.
Yeah, so maybe I think he uses a bit of this ERS to
And he gets
to reel in the front two. Yeah. So Eagle looking really, really strong at the moment. No penalties, and on the fresher tyres, he's going to look to pull out that 1 second window as we see a yellow flag, and that is Magusa out the race.
Oh, has he lost it on the final chicane?
And it's a safety car. That is not what Eagle wanted to see.
No.
Fish Sticks is going to be very, very happy with this.
Yeah, Fish Sticks, he's got to come in now. You've got to come in this lap. What will he go on?
I didn't go for a wee then because things were happening, so I am going to leave you in the eyes of the leaders.
You go now,
the safety car
and then I'll do when you come back. Just abandoning me on my first time. Shocking. What's Evil going to do though? Does Evil go in? No, Eagle's carried on. Surely Fish Sticks is in. Yep, Fish Sticks in. Biddle in them as well on them 13 lap softs, so it's benefited Biddle as well. Should go on mediums, and does. Fish Sticks out on the softs. So this safety car's massively benefited Fish Sticks. Then we've got Cruz on 14 lap mediums. Surprised he didn't take advantage of the safety car and get on another tyre, but hey ho. A lot of drivers deciding to come in and change the tyres.
That time back. So, yeah, Fish Sticks makes that stop and into P6. He's got to be really happy with that. I mean, that's saving him a lot of time, the safety car, and now on the fresh tyres.
On the softs as well.
Got two drivers in front. I mean, you've got Cruz on 14 lap old mediums. He's going to be a bit disappointed he hasn't used this safety car as a chance to pit.
Yeah, I've just been saying that as well, muttering between myself. I'm surprised he didn't. It seemed like quite a lot of the field did.
Cruz and Scotsman are hitting each other. Your teammates, boys.
Calm it down.
Yeah, that's Ferrari points we're looking at here, 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
So, the people who have pitted, they've used this chance to pit, and I think Biddle, Gregors and Button could potentially go to the end from here.
Look, where are we? Lap 16 now. Yeah,
you could definitely do 19 laps on mediums.
Yeah, definitely.
So it looks like Biddle, Gregors and Button could be looking to go to the end.
Yeah, right, just 2 seconds. I'm just going to run to the toilet myself. So I'll be back.
No problem.
Shortly.
So, if we could get a little prediction in the chat, if anyone's in here and want to get a bit interactive, we'll use this safety car as a chance to pick our potential winner, and then if anyone's got an outside shout for the podium, a little underdog that we should be keeping an eye out for. I mean, it's noted that Fish Sticks has pitted onto the softs, but it will mean that I think he has to do another set of softs come the end. But look out for him, because he will be rapid kind of the end of the race. But it will be drivers like Biddle, Gregors and Button who are on those fresh mediums and will be looking to go to the end. So I don't think the top 5 are looking particularly strong here. David Lolfe saying medium's looking horrible after 13 laps for Fish Sticks. Only God knows what Cruz is feeling. He will definitely be in the next few laps. I assume for another set of mediums, as the safety car looks to be doing another lap. So it looks like our activity in the pit lane is over, and the safety car will be coming around for one more lap.
One more.
So look, I was just saying that the top 5 don't look to be in a really strong position here. But from, I'd say, 7th downwards are looking pretty strong in this race. I mean, we'll have a quick look at the penalties.
Yeah, let's have a look at
nothing too mad to note from the front, 12. from 13th downwards, it's a bit ropes, but other than that, you can definitely win this race off 3 laps of penalties. So I think
Yeah.
There's a good chance that we will see.
I think.
I mean, Biddle missed last week.
Yeah, he did.
And he relinquished his championship lead to Mag User, who has just crashed out. Henkers is his main championship rival, still looked in the race and still left in the race, I should say. So Biddle could really, it looked like halfway through the race that he needed a bit of damage limitation. It looked like it was going from bad to worse after that qualifying. And
what's happened to Cruzy?
Realistically,
sorry, Cruzy just lost it onto the safety car. Still not pitted.
Oh, Ferrari
in the mud.
Oh dear. David thinking that Eagle can pull a gap on those softs, and and Fish Sticks, as you're right there, David. Fish Sticks does have to cut through some of these medium runners as the safety car is in this lap. Obviously, Eagle and Fish Sticks have the benefit of not having any corner cutting penalties.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you to go through the race director and have a look at warnings to see how many Eagle and Fish Sticks had, but I assume the race director is pages long. So
I can click on their individual ones.
Oh, you'll be there all day.
Eagle,
so,
there's one warning.
Okay, Fish Sticks?
Is on absolutely nothing.
Oh, Fish Sticks, what a hero. I mean, 0 warnings after 18 laps of dry running at Canada, as Eagle looks like he's already pulled the pin.
Oh.
No messing about there for Eagle, and he's caught people napping, and Scotsman looks like he's got a little bit of a run on Henkers. Looks like everyone's through pretty cleanly indeed, as will anyone get close enough for a move into turn 1. Maybe Biddle a little bit under pressure here from cars behind, but he is safely in P6. I mean, they all pitted for new tyres under the safety car, but the people who pitted for new tyres, their tyres are already 3 laps old.
Yeah. I want to say Biddle's in a very good position here. Only
I think he's the first of the runners that don't need to pit.
Yeah, and only on 3 seconds penalties at the moment. So...
David's given us some very good updates of Eagle, Fish Sticks and that lot. As he said, Eagle's warning was lap 2 or turn 2 on lap 1.
Wow.
I've seen Lemming popping up with a few penalties here and there, and it seems to be always his name. I'm going to switch to the penalties.
15 seconds.
15 seconds, okay. Right, we'll switch away from the penalty screen. We'll save him a bit of... we'll save him the embarrassment, as David said that Eagle could pull away on the softs, and my God, has he done that? The gap is now 1.4.
Yeah, so...
And he's going to need to pull that gap a hell of a lot more, because really his nearest rival is going to be Biddle.
Yeah. And obviously we got a bit of a DRS train after that as well.
Stiffmeister's going to have a look up the inside of Gregors. Good move. Gregors is going to leave him the space. It's probably sensible that he does so, as Stiffmeister's on the fresher tyre. He's on the soft, and that is him up until P7, and the next driver he is going to look at is Biddle. Stiffmeister had a terrible qualifying. I mean, we were unsure as to what the disqualification was all about, but he's certainly coming back towards the end of this race, as Twins has had another accident. Lemming is in the pits, and it is going bad to worse for those boys at the back.
Pines with a 3-second pen.
David is saying, can Lemming beat Locker's record?
Probably.
I'm unsure as to what Locker's record is, but if you could enlighten us as to what your...
21 seconds?
21 seconds. So Lemming hasn't retired in the pits, which is crucial. I mean, somehow we have 18 drivers left in this, as Stiffmeister gets the move done on Biddle, and Stiffmeister is now through. Biddle is going to have a look to retaliate on Stiffmeister. He's going to have a little look, but he decides against it. Biddle's got to play. Biddle has to play this calm, as Twins retires in the pit lane.
Oh.
But yeah, Biddle is more than likely in a battle here with Eagle for the win. So
yeah,
if he can ease the tyres into this stint, he has a good chance of winning this race.
Yeah, what we've got at the minute, we've got Anchors, Scotsman and Josh, 2, 3 and 4 on 12 and 13 lap mediums, so they definitely need the pit again.
If everyone in the chat wants to take a look at the poll, we've got who gets the most penalties. We've got Locker on 21 seconds, Lemming currently 15, but has just rejoined the back of the field in P17.
Cheers, David. Thank you very much.
Stiff Meister getting a nice run here on Fishdix, but I don't think he's going to be close enough, as Fishdix does have the DRS. Nice little train going on here as Scotsman gets the move done on Henkers into P2 in this race. Noted. Oh dear. Locker is loving these running penalties. TJ is actually... David, I think you need to alter this poll to get TJ in there as well, because he's up to 12 with 13 laps to go. He is definitely in with a shout of 21 seconds.
Biddles.
So what do you think about Biddle in this stint so far? I know you're just about to mention him there, but he's obviously the driver we're looking at to contest Eagle for the win.
Yeah.
But I think once Eagle pits, he's going to have a lot of traffic to get through.
Tell you what, that's at the minute gap to lead, but it's only 4. Still seem pretty close to that top 10.
How long's a pit stop round is? 16, 17 seconds?
I was going to say more 18, 19. More towards 20 maybe.
It's definitely a short one round here, as they obviously cut turn 1 and 2. So Scotsman got past Henkers on the last lap. Scotsman's showing a lot of pace here, as Henkers wasn't... so that's Eagle in the pits now. He's done 9 laps on the softs. So let's see where he comes out. And I think it's going to be P15, surely. Or maybe 14 as IFC Pine. So both Williams have double stacked. Oh dear.
But they might have had a big enough gap on track to not...
Yeah, looks like Pines have started a slightly slow stop, but they've got the tyres changed bloody well quick. Yeah, so Eagle has come out P14, so that's 13 drivers to overtake on mediums.
Yeah.
So that leaves in the lead of the race, well, I wouldn't say the net lead, but the current lead of the race is Scotsman. But he has a big old DRS train behind him, going all the way back to P9. But the gap is 4 tenths between him and Henkers, so it's very, very likely that Henkers will make a move here. But
and then you got
I'm expecting to see either of these drivers in the pits this lap. They might stretch a little bit further to go on the softs, but will they come in this lap for the mediums?
Henkers is looking
here we go, Henkers.
None of the top 3 in this lap.
Ooh, Josh Meister getting a good run there on Scotsman. Josh Meister is going to be alongside, but he's got no ERS to work with. But he is going to be more than alongside into Scotsman in the braking zone, and that is a double overtake for Aston Martin as Stiffmeister also gets past Fishdix. But Scotsman's going to be answering back into turn number 4. Scotsman gets the better exit at turn 2. And what a move that is into turn 3 and 4 as he retains P2. But crucially, that squabbling has left him out of the DRS of Henkers, I believe.
Yeah, I think Josh Masters just got out of the way of his teammates. Just let him by. But again, we've still got Biddle, still hanging on this. Still P6, still in the DRS train.
I think we've got to expect Stiffmeister and Fishdix to come in the next couple of laps, surely. I assume they're going to go on to another set of softs. So maybe 1 or 2 more laps.
Yeah. Well, are we going to see Henkers and Scotsman in as well soon?
Let's have a quick look at the penalties. So 15 seconds now for TJ. He's getting closer to that 21 of Locker.
Thanks.
As none of the drivers elect to come in. Stiffmeister's got a really, really good run on Scotsman, and this is going to be his second overtake in 2 laps as he goes up the inside of Scotsman into turn number 1. Great move from the Aston Martin driver as Josh Meister also takes a look but gets his nose wiped clean by the Ferrari driver.
And we've got Fishdix just patiently watching everything as well on no pens.
So, surely it's got to be the next couple of laps before we see someone in the pits, and that is Button.
As he gets out of the way, sees cars coming. Oh dear, wonder on that. I didn't quite see how it happened, I just saw Button going down and then...
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got tagged or whether... I mean, those curves can be treacherous at the best of times, and that's a bit disappointing for Button as he was on 9-lap-old mediums, he was definitely in the shout of a podium there. As Stiffmeister in the DRS now of Henkers, we see a lot of lights flashing, a lot of people low on ERS as Stiffmeister decides not to make a move on Henkers, and that is Scotsman in the box. Will it be softs? I assume it will be softs, but we'll see. Stiffmeister makes a move into turn 1 up into P1 now. Stiffmeister takes the lead of the race. That leaves Eagle, who we were hoping is going to make a comeback on those medium tyres. It leaves him up in 9th now, and he's got a bit more clear air in front of him of 4.5 seconds to Silverside Boy, who is on the back of TJM.
Got Biddle practically on the gearbox now with fish sticks. Want to say maybe on the back straight. I think this straight that they're on now is a bit too short to make a move.
Yeah, I assume both Fish Sticks and Stiffmeister will be in this lap. As Biddle's clearly showing us that those soft tyres from Fish Sticks are going off. As Biddle may not even wait until the straight, he does wait to the straight. He could have sent it up the inside there into turn 10, but he decides against it. Yeah, he is wise, and Fish Sticks does not have the DRS from Joshua Meister in front, so this should be an easy move. I mean, if I was Biddle, I would just let Fish Sticks peel off into the pits, but he's actually going to get past him before the braking zone. So Biddle's showing some serious straight line speed.
I think Fish Sticks just caught the back of him. Hopefully it's no damage.
Unfortunately, I've just noticed both Aston Martins have come in the pits at the same lap. Oh, it's a nightmare if your name's Joshua Meister, and I'm sure there's not many people out there with the name Joshua Meister, but if your name is Joshua Meister, you are fuming.
I have proper cursed Joshua Meister telling him to be on pole now.
Yeah,
sorry.
you really have. He's good. Where's he going to come out? Oh, he's coming out 13th. Yeah, you definitely.
12th.
I mean, it's gone from bad to worse for Ferrari. Ferrari were 3rd and 4th on that safety car restart, and look at them now, 10th and 13th. But they're on the fresh softs. So Eagle, who we said is going to be in a battle with Biddle for the win. I mean, what are we going to expect from Henkers here? Henkers on 18-lap-old mediums. Surely it's not worth him boxing now. Is he going to try and do 26 laps on mediums?
If he does, they will be close to puncturing, surely. Surely. I mean, looking at the pans as well between the top two, say, for example, if Henkers didn't come in, they are currently... Tank Delays has got past Biddle. I didn't see that coming.
TJM right on the back of Silverside Boy, but albeit this battle could eventually be for the podium, it's important to note TJ has 15 seconds of pen, Silverside Boy 6, and Eagle behind is coming fast, and he is on 0 seconds of penalties. So we wondered if Biddle and Eagle were going to be close come the end of the race, but I think the gap is only about 5 seconds.
Yeah, and then like I say as
Eagle is on his way.
I've had Tank the Lake pop out of nowhere when I was trying to flip through stuff. Tank the Lake decided, you know what, I'm getting in front of Biddle now.
Yeah, got that move done on the back straight, but Biddle looks like he's tucked himself in nicely behind Taint Delay, and this is, you had to say, is probably effectively for the race lead. I mean, it still doesn't look like Henkers is going to come in. Yeah. Henkers and Biddle are obviously their championship rivals, and I mean, if you're Henkers now, you just have to stay out, don't you? You have hopes that the tyres hold on.
I mean, obviously you can't rule out a late safety car as well. Maybe he's got that in the back of his mind, maybe. But I think
he's missed the pit lane again, so he's definitely staying out.
He's got to go to the end then now, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree. So Eagle now onto the back of TJ and Silverside Boy. It's going to be difficult to make these moves stick because TJ is within the DRS of the Alpine driver.
And I just want to say as well, just flirt penalties on. Sorry, Lemon, he has equalled my penalties.
Yeah, well, there's still 6 laps to go, so the record could be broken. Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So, how easy will it be for Eagle to make these moves stick? I mean, Biddless. That could be crucial. That could be crucial. So 20 lap old there, Henkers tyres now. Lewis Yorkie in the chat thinking that another 7 is ambitious, and we also agree another 7 laps is ambitious. And This has got to be Eagle's race to lose. He's going to have the pace. He's going to turn on the ERS, but it's not going to get him close enough. TJM is going to have to make a move here on Silverside Boy. Silverside Boy
as well.
is also going to have to concede to Eagle as Eagle gets the move done nicely.
Is Eagle going to have a look on TJ at turn 1?
I don't think he...
No.
Oh, is in the background. IFC Pines is one of the biggest wobbles I've ever seen. As also in the background, Stiff Meister is going to get the move done on Scotsman into P8 now on the soft tyres. And these two are the fastest cars on track at the moment. As Eagle is somehow going to have to get himself past TJM. As TJM is easing himself towards that record. That's now up to 18 as Lemming is on 24 seconds and retires in the pits with 24 seconds. He breaks the record just before coming into the pits.
Not the record,
and that is him done. Yeah, well, the record can still be broken of 24 seconds as TJM is going to have a go himself.
Oh, the TJ.
So, can Eagle get himself past TJ? He needs to get past TJM this lap because the gap is now 5.6.
Yeah, he's got to get it done on
Biddle,
the back straight.
And there's only 6 laps to go.
Ramsey, 3-second penalties. McLaren's are in the mud.
Is Biddle going to have a go on Taint Delate this lap? He is.
Got it done.
But these drivers, they don't want to be battling here because Henker's out in front has still got the 2-second lead and he's going to the end.
Ooh. Keep a close eye
Henker's
on
on 6 seconds, Biddle on 6 seconds, Taint Delate on 3. But Eagle does make the move this lap and it's TJ has lost 2 positions on the same straight as he's succumbed to the DRS of Eagle and Silverside Boy.
Yeah, obviously we touched on Henker's going to the end. The gap is coming down slightly. When I mean slightly, I mean the odd thousandths for the second here and there. As I say that, it's coming down rapidly. So Biddle is on the hunt.
Yeah, so Eagle on the 8-lap-old mediums, the drivers in front on significantly older mediums. TJ's going to get a little move here done on Silverside Boy. They're both out of the DRS of Eagle, so it's a straight-up battle here between these two drivers for P5. TJM goes really deep on the brakes into turn number 10, gets the outside move done. Who is going to get the DRS?
TJ.
It looks like TJ's going to get the DRS. So, but look behind. Stiff Meister's going to look at a double overtake. But TJ's blocked it off.
Oh.
Is Stiff Meister going to go around the outside? TJ's going to cut the corner. He's going to force Stiff Meister onto the inside.
And then,
as it looks like they're 4 abreast. What is going on here? Oh, and there's contact again from TJ. TJ swipes across to the left when I don't think he needed to. And somehow keeps the position. That looked like an aggressive little swipe there from TJ. But he manages to keep the position in P5. And IFC Pines now is going to have a look on TJ as he gets a corner cut in the meantime.
and Biddle
TJ onto the 20. TJ up to 21 seconds, and Scotsman gets the double overtake somehow into turn number 6.
What is going on here?
Oh my lord, what is happening?
At the front, sorry. Biddle is
Sorry,
within DRS of Henker's now.
Yeah, Henker's really going to be struggling on those tyres now, 23 laps old. But the driver we've got to be looking out for is Eagle. He's 6.8 seconds off the leader, and the leader has 6 seconds. So really, it's looking like Taint Delate versus Eagle for the win now.
Yeah.
But Taint Delate is going to have DRS, and that is crucially going to save him a little bit of time, and potentially enough to win in this race. But what about what we just saw in the midfield? I have absolutely no idea what's gone on. Silverside Boy and TJM have both ended up in the pits because of it.
Oh dear.
Oh my lord.
TJ's
Penalties.
retired.
TJM has retired. I didn't know how many penalties he was on when he retired, so we don't really know for the... maybe you can look at the race director, but I'm not sure how many penalties there were. So, currently on-track leader for penalties, we've got Roswell on 12.
Nice.
So, yeah, Biddle now within 0.3 of a second.
Ooh, a little bit of a
Henker's surely he's going to make a move this lap because it is crucial for his race against Eagle.
He's got to.
Eagle is now within about 6 seconds of the leader. So, as it stands, it looks like Eagle will take the positions off Henker's and Biddle, but not Taint Delate, crucially. So, Taint Delate, without any more penalties, is looking good for the win. As Biddle is going to have a look on the inside of Henker's, he's going to pull out of it just before the chicane. But is he going to have a look down into turn 1? Is he going to get close enough? It doesn't look like he is. Both drivers with the light flashing. Biddle with a big send. He just about makes the corner. What a move there from Biddle. As he goes wide at turn 2, is Henkers going to have an answer? It doesn't look like he is. Taint the Late is really, really not wanting to get held up here.
No.
Because he is in a battle with Eagle for the win.
Then we've got Eagles coming very fast.
Yeah, so Eagle is 5.5 seconds off the lead now. 5.5 seconds off the lead, but he needs to be within 3 seconds of Taint the Late, and he's only 4.5 seconds.
Oh,
wait, Henkers gets another penalty. Oh, that's his battle with Biddle done.
Yep.
That's his battle with Biddle done. Biddle needs to try and pull 3 seconds from Taint the Late, but it looks like he's half a second away from that margin with Eagle. So, yeah. Looks like Taint the Late's going to try and get a move down on Henkers. Henkers covering the inside. Henkers going to let off the brake. I think that's a smart move. He's got 9 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, and then obviously Taint the Late gets the DRS closing on Biddle down the start finish.
So,
yellow flag at the back, is that?
We enter lap number 35. The gap at the front is to Eagle is 5.1 seconds. So as it stands, Taint the Late is going to win this race if everything stays as they are.
Wow.
Yeah, we sort of criticised Eagle's pit strategy, and we didn't think he was going to make up the time, obviously having to come through the traffic.
Yeah.
But it looks like
he's made up the time.
Looks like Taint the Late has played it perfectly.
Yeah. And then as well, bearing in mind, you've got fish sticks down there in P8 at the moment. I've got the penalties on.
No penalties.
Exactly.
It looks like he could come P5 here. It's a good chance fish sticks could finish P5. So, Taint the Late. Is he going to look into it? He's not. So Biddle is going to win this race on track. But it is going to be Taint the Late who wins the race from Eagle in P2, I believe.
Should be.
Yep. Biddle P3. So that is your podium.
Wow.
Taint the Late somehow wins the race. We didn't think it. We thought it was going to be Biddle versus Eagle, but the penalties have played their part.
Yeah.
Fish sticks in P5 as we thought coming across the line. Yeah. And Scotsman P6 in the Ferrari. IFC Pines slightly disappointed after that qualifying to finish 16 seconds off the win. Joshua Meister in P8 with a double points finish for Aston Martin. Groundsy with the last point. And
put in 20-second time penalty apparently.
Oh dear, how's that not disqualification? I mean,
disgusting behaviour.
That's interesting. So that is your order, ladies and gents. So Taint the Late is your winner.
Yeah, I won't be on the results page. I'll start getting the top 3 in.
So he won in Barcelona, and he won in Bahrain. So that's 3 wins now this season for Taint the Late. And 2 wins in 3 races. He missed last week, unfortunately, which did his damage to the title standings. But he's made up that time.
Just get me screenshots and then I'll get the top 3 in, mate.
There you go. So we will run you through. Ooh, so Button with 26 seconds of penalties. That is your record, I believe.
Yes.
24 for Lemming, 21 for TJ. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, from 8/10 of a second, Taint the Late takes the win from Eagle, who didn't quite get that pit strategy working. And
there we go.
You'll be disappointed, but I think...
Yeah.
Biddle, that's good damage limitation from 13th on the grid. If you'd like to give us a driver of the day, Locker.
I think my personal driver of the day, I'd like to give it to Fish Sticks. Like I say, run his own race, not got a single penalty, kept himself to himself, ended up in P5. So yeah, I'd give it to Fish Sticks personally.
I agree. I mean, to get no penalties around Canada is really, really impressive.
It's really, really godly.
So just getting the drivers now.
I have sent them all an invite.
We'll wait for Taint to late. But in the meantime, if you want to take an interview with our third place man, and I'll do second and first if you want.
Yeah, but I don't mind.
After you.
Biddle fraud. Hello. Do you want to run us through your quality first? I mean, why?
It did alright in Q1. Obviously, I think it meant that only one driver was going to drop out after people were crashing. Q2, I left it really late on the mediums, to be honest. I really wanted to get through on mediums, and then I realised I weren't going to make it, so I had to put my softs on. Tried to settle up, just never got it together, so only got 13th, unfortunately.
And then what about your race? Obviously, bear in mind, obviously you started P13, like you just said, finish on the podium. You've got to be happy with that, surely.
Yeah, definitely happy with where I finished. I think it's one of those races that, to be honest, I could have won. Regardless, I got some stupid pens, so. But yeah, happy with the third place, especially like you said, starting from 13th. So I'll take the podium definitely.
Yeah, and as well with your teammate / championship rival crashing, obviously reeled him in a bit more as well. So yeah, well done on your P3, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
Any words from you, Zilla, for our P3 man?
Yeah, solid effort, I think, from that disappointing qualifying. I think Biddle will admit that's, to get a podium at the end of that is very, very solid indeed. But yeah, congrats to Biddle. We'll move on to P2, which is Eagle, and I'm sure, Eagle, you'll be a little bit disappointed not to get the win, but I think that safety car definitely screwed up your strategy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gutted I didn't get the win. I had the pace to win that comfortably. Safety car screwed me, and then I got stuck behind TJ and Silverside Boy, and that lost me the time that I would have jumped on pins at the end. The last, I think, was 8 tenths in the end. I probably lost 3 or 4 seconds behind those two, so unfortunately it's only second.
I think throughout the race and qualifying, though, you definitely showed that you were up there with the fastest car on track, and also keeping it penalty free, which is impressive in itself.
It's what I do at the moment. It's just what I do. I had 2 warnings though, so I was shitting it a bit towards the last 10 laps. So
yeah, I think we heard in chat that you got your first warning on
lap one.
Yeah. So
Turn,
to keep the next 34 laps pretty clean is very, very impressive.
It turned 4, I think it was the first one, and then I think it was possibly the same corner I got the second one on as well.
Apparently in chat it was lap 1, turn 2, I think I saw.
Was it the second one?
Yeah, that's what I saw in the chat.
Oh no, sorry, the second one I got on the final chicane when I got past Gary.
Yeah, so I'm sure you can take a lot of confidence from the good pace you showed throughout the race, and I'm sure you had a lot of fun carving your way through the field in that last stint.
Yeah, well, I'm not a huge fan of Canada, so I'm still pretty pleased with the second place and overall race pace today here. So it's not a waste of a Friday evening for a change.
So next week, Silverstone. What are your thoughts? Is that a circuit that's decent for you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Produce a similar result to this week.
Yeah, I raced there recently in another league, and I think I came second. Got a podium anyway, so yeah, it's not a bad track. Again, not one of my favourites, but I seem to be doing all right at the moment, so look forward to it.
Well, congratulations again for P2. Unfortunately, we don't have our winner here for a interview, but I'm sure from both me and Locker that we put our congratulations out for Taint Plate, who takes his 3rd win of the season and his 2nd win in 3 races, and definitely moves himself up the championship standings towards the top end. And I'd like to thank Locker for joining me tonight. Is it your first time on comms?
It was indeed.
You managed to do it sober as well,
that
Locker.
is unbelievable.
So British.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us for the interview, and thank you to Locker as well. And we will be back next week on Wednesday for Tier 3 at Silverstone, and we will